Hey Zany fam, so this is how we make our hummingbird nectar for our bird feeder outside, which we will show you in a second. Just need a small pot, 1 cup of water, pour that right into the pot. And then we're gonna boil this, and then we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of sugar. So I have a container that fits about 1.5 cups of water, so I'm only using a cup. But it's a cup of water, a 1/4 cup of sugar. If you have a bigger one or you want to make a bunch of it, you could do like 4 cups of water and 1 cup of sugar, but it's basically, that's the ratio. Okay, so let's boil up this water. Okay, so while the water boils, we're gonna go and get the bird feeder cleaned up, and let's go take a look at that. Okay, so it's out on my deck. I live on the 3rd floor. There are a lot of hummingbirds and birds here. Are you trying to do it without me? There's a very specific way to do this. So this is our Bilantan bird feeder. You take out this green guard first. So remove the green guard. There are 3 prongs. Oh, the bumblebee wants action. Oh my God. Okay, now that that's over, hope you guys enjoy that. Take this all the way out, just like so. Take the last part out. Okay, you can see that I have bird seed here, and this is the part for the hummingbird. And then there's a notch, 2 notches right here, and it basically just slides right up. Just push it up and it will slide right out. There you go. So that's the nectar holder that we're gonna clean, get rid of like, oh, there's some dead ants in there and so on, and add some more water. You can see this is super easy to maintain. The bird seed goes in here, so I don't need to worry about, you know, changing the bird seed out if I don't have to, but you can fill it all the way up. And this is also removable, so I could take this part out if I want to as well to clean it. So I don't need to take this all off. It does have a camera, which I have off because I'm cleaning it, and I'll show you that in a little while. And it is solar powered, which is super cool. It records the footage of the birds for me, and we get to watch it. Let's go inside and finish cleaning. Okay, so just like with the other one, you want to take this guard off, just like so, all the way around, and then this will just open up, and you can clean out the seeds. And this is pretty clean, but we need to change that water out. There were a couple ants that flew in there, or some of them flew in there. We have flying ants, but some of them just crawled in there. Thankfully, it wasn't that many. I thought there were going to be a lot of ants in there. There was only like 2 or 3, and then they kind of got the picture that they weren't going to make it out, and they just turned the other way. So our water is just about boiled. So let's go ahead. Yeah, this is actually fine. It doesn't need a like rolling boil. It just needs to warm up so that the sugar will melt in there. So let's remove that from the heat and add the sugar. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and just dump that 1/4 cup of sugar in and just mix it up so that it's dissolved in the water. Let me move my coffee out of the way. And then we're just gonna let it cool down and add it to the bird feeder. It's really important it's dissolved, because otherwise it's not a nectar, it's just a chunky sugar solution. So make sure you dissolve that, take the time to do it. I also just want to reiterate, let it cool off. You don't want to put it in here while it's steaming hot. This is plastic, so you don't want to do it. And there are measurements on the front of this. But so just let this cool off. Once it's already dissolved, let it cool off before you put it in here. That's really important. But this saves you a lot of money, because buying hummingbird nectar, it's not cheap. So doing it yourself is definitely worth it. And maybe I'll add some footage of the hummingbirds so you guys can see this actually works. We have more than 1 hummingbird, and they come all the time. So this definitely works. Okay, we're going back out on the deck, and what we're gonna do is we are gonna put this on before we add the cooled off nectar, so that this way it's easier. Because if you fill it up and you're carrying it around, I don't know, it might be a little tricky, you might drop it. So let's go ahead and do that. So just like we took it off, we're just gonna slide it right into the notches, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add the nectar in there first. So we're gonna add the nectar before we cover it up. And just pour it in there slowly. I have my helper here who loves feeding the birds, so he's learning how to operate this and take care of it himself. There you go. Perfect. Okay, put the pot down there, and now you can see that's literally the perfect amount. So that was 1 cup of water and a 1/4 cup of sugar. This goes right on top. Here you go, helper. and it literally just, it's just like a little cover, and it fits right into place. Now you put this green garden, and this is a perch. It holds everything in place, but that goes in the back, baby. So it holds everything in place, but it's also where the birds stand. So that's where they stand when they're eating their seeds and when they're hopping back and forth. And the hummingbird definitely perches on this red one. I never even knew that hummingbirds perch. I don't know why. I thought they were in constant motion, but let me tell you, they actually do. So the last part is to put the camera back in place. We clean this area out, and we will. The solar panel charges up and connects to that little wire that connects to the camera. The camera records the footage of the birds eating and the hummingbird drinking its nectar. And it's so cool because you get to see the footage. It even has night vision. The other thing that's wonderful is that it has free artificial intelligence that recognizes the birds. So if you want that, you can download the app. If you don't want it, that's totally fine. So if you don't want the AI, you don't have to have it. But let me tell you, it's pretty awesome. It tells you what kind of bird it is. It gives you a lot of really cool information. So another thing I just want to quickly mention is that we have a lot of bees here, and we have a lot of hornets, and as I mentioned, we have ants. I haven't had any issue. If a random bee comes around, it will kind of just fly around. It doesn't really it's not attracted to the nectar. It's more attracted to like us, so it'll just fly around and then it'll leave. I have not seen any swarming or anything like that, which I'm really happy about because I have kids. In addition, it comes with everything you see here, including this strap. You can also put this flat on the ground and it'll work perfectly. But I'm gonna go and grab the camera so you can see what that looks like with it on. It's really awesome. I'm super in love with this bird feeder, and I just thought you guys would like a close-up look at it and learn how to make that nectar, which has been saving me so much money. This bird food though, I definitely buy this bird food. This is my favorite bird food. This is the Wagner's. I don't buy anything else. I buy the big bag of this. This is what the birds here like. They love those seeds, and we get all types of birds. And as you can see, I have a second feeder here because we get these giant mourning doves, and they are very aggressive. So if I only had one bird feeder, I feel like they would just like not let any other birds come on it when they're around. So we have cardinals, we have blue jays, sparrows, we have finches, we have the hummingbirds, as I mentioned, and the camera from here actually does catch footage from this bird feeder, and this bird feeder does not interfere with this bird feeder. The birds still go to this one. They kind of prefer it, but you can have as many as you want. If you have a lot of birds, and I'm in a wooded area, you can have both up if you want. Which one do I prefer? Definitely prefer this one because I love seeing the hummingbirds, and I always wanted a hummingbird feeder, and I love the fact that if I miss something, I can check it out on my cloud storage, which the camera populates to. You can also watch it live, which is pretty cool. You can watch it live from your phone, and it's really easy to operate. I'm not going to get into that today. Just wanted to talk about the nectar, the nectar, and how easy it is to clean. And I'm just going to go ahead and add that camera back in now. So just one last thing, if you live in a wooded area, or maybe it's overcast by you for a couple days, or it rains and you don't get enough solar power, when you unplug this camera to clean it, or let's say it's just not charging enough because it's been overcast, or because of the fact that you maybe have a tree that's blocking the majority of your sunlight, you can take it off and you can actually charge the camera separately. So you don't need to worry about that. And the solar panel is completely removable, so you can clean that too. Okay, so here's the camera. It's really easy to put in. It has this little like screw. It has a knob on it. Super easy to take off. You can see that there's the USB charger, so that if you do want to charge it, you can do that. And then all you do is you plug it in here and pop it in here. So go ahead and plug it. And then you just slide it into place. And when you hear it like kind of click into place, you're going to use that little screw and carefully screw it in. I would say keep it out while you're screwing it in so that you can access that port, and just screw it in tightly with your hand. There's a little lever on the screw that makes it really easy to twist, and thankfully it is not a tiny screw. It's nice size so that you can hold on to it without worrying about dropping it. Once that's screwed in place, you're good to go. You push it back in And now that camera will catch the footage of your birds flying to your bird feeder, and it even has night vision, as I mentioned. We're really enjoying this bird feeder. It's a lot of fun, and we're really excited to see hummingbirds. I hope this video helped you learn how to make nectar and take a closer look at this super cool bird feeder. Thanks for watching.